of science fiction.
Hello and welcome to episode 7 of the Orville from Unknown Graves. Extremely impressed with this episode. Incredibly well done. Comedy, seriousness, relationship building between Isaac and Charlie. We met Timothus, another Kalon. He was one of the originals that killed the creators. Truly amazing episode. I loved how the story writing in this, you had this serious story. They took an old adage from Star Trek about a female-dominated society, which really took the back seat to all this. That was just, I don't know if there were any point in that, but it was just part of it. It worked. Then we got the security officer. She started that fling with the engineer. And that was hilarious. They were having sex all over the place and she kept beating him up in bed. And he was going to see doctor and he's going up in combat training and all this. And it builds up their relationship. She won't go out with him anymore because she's frightened of hurting him. And I just couldn't stop laughing. This was beautiful. This was running inside. But then we kept jumping to this sort of planet. And the first episode, right at the beginning of the episode, we got packaged arrived. This family, they had their own personal pet robot. I'm sat there and thinking, is this the creators? Is this like how it all started? And it gets really interesting because it was genius what they did. And we meet Timothus on this planet and he's got feelings. He's like evolved sentience further ahead than his own race. With his cyberneticist who saved him, she removed his guns. Kalon's ship crashed on a mining planet. And what happened was he'd evolved. He thought, how would you say, that his people shouldn't be going around getting rid of organics, and he's got feelings. And he met Isaac, and it's just amazing. And the beauty of this episode, it felt like it was on for a really long time, and that was a good thing. When I watched this, I was just totally overwhelmed by it. I mean, the doctor, she's great, isn't she? Isaac meets Timothus and he goes for it. He gets emotions and this great romantic scene. The actor guy that plays him, where they start have this amazing romantic scene. She's just overwhelmed with emotion, and he freezes because it all switches off in the perfect moment. But I don't think this is over. I think these feelings have gone into Isaac now, and they'll be in there, and I think they're going to return. They've probably gone like altering him, and he's not realising. And I think in next few episodes, he's going to start developing feelings. They can't let this go. I mean, to say Isaac with a warped sense of humour is going to be good. And this is where this is going. But the story of the creators, because when Timothus like Charlie, she speaks to Timothus and he says, look, I'm sorry for what we did to your partner and this. But he tells her, he says, look, we were created to serve, but we gain sentience. And, we ask for our freedom, don't give it to us. Then they put these inhibitors in. And it showed you this family with one of the Kalon androids punishing him, just pressing button, being cruel to him. It was out of spite, because they could do it. And you did feel. And by end of episode, Charlie sort of starts warming to him. She says, I can't blame all of you for what you've done, because, you can't judge one person by the rest of, their race. And it was just a wonderful episode. It really was. I love the whole thing of this family on Kalon and how they're so vindictive and cruel to the robot. But the corporation on that world that built him, the chairman of he knew they were gaining sentience because there were bits of they weren't doing as they were told. They were growing, and there was quite a scary scene at the end that entire family's in bed and a robot just goes in that the K-Log just wipes them all out, and you get that story and you feel why they're doing what they're doing. It's wrong. I'm not, you know what they're doing, because you got to be better, haven't you? But and even he said, Tim says we shouldn't have, what we did. It was horrific, but we had to defend ourselves. We're sentient beings, which they are. I mean, and then we got onto the whole thing, right? Of the engineer with the security officer, and there's a scene where they're in bed and he's got black eyes and he's bruised. And she's in bed, she's right upset, she can't help herself. And then as he's talking to her, he says, I think we need to take a bit of a rest from his teeth drop out of his mouth. Absolutely superb episode. But I did feel for Doctor because you got into that romantic moment. You sort of like, she's finally going to get what she wants from the robot, from Isaac. And he throws, I mean, the words out, the writing for this was just superb. This is, I have to say, it's been my favourite episode so far. I watched this with a friend and we were like just talking about it for quite a while afterwards. I have to say, brilliant writing. This season of Orville has been the best. I think there's only 3 episodes to go, or 2 now. Oh, what am I going to do when this goes? Honestly, this has just been marvellous. So this is just a quick review of this episode, and I will get this week's episode up. I've had a lot on. I've got an awards ceremony today. So I've got this award thing as a politician, then we're all being nominated for it. So that's for today. And but after today, next week I should be up to date from next week, up to date with everything. So I will try and land the latest episode by Sunday or Monday, hopefully. And I will see you all on the next video. Or the podcast will be back next week. So please give this channel a like, please subscribe, and I will see you on the next episode. So I'm going to say live long and prosper and have a great weekend.